It is a tiny bit late in the day, but a promise is a promise. All right. I think I stopped yesterday. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Take with Genesis chapter 7, verse 21. Dang, I should put a shirt on. Sorry, I don't feel like it. Because I'm going to go walk right after this and do the exercise. Because I'm like, you know what? I started July 1st. I'm already down 3 pounds. That's how you know you big, when you can lose 3 pounds in 3 days. Okay. I be cracking myself up. I hope y'all are enjoying it too. If you're not, click on somebody else's video. I'm here to read the word. All right. Genesis chapter 7, verse 21. Take with you every kind of food that is eaten, gather it as food for you and for them. Verse 22. And Noah did this. He did everything that God had commanded him. I just wonder how the voice of God sounds. You know what I mean? It's like, Noah, I need you to build an ark. Huh? Can you imagine how crazy that sounds? So wait, let me get this right. The Lord told you to build an ark out of gopher wood and said it had to be 450 feet long. Do you know how much wood that is? You know what? Let me see how long a football field is. Hold on a second. How long is a football field? Just a football field is 360 feet long. So we're talking about almost another, 90 more feet, right? Y'all know I struggle with math. So a football field plus 90 feet. Are we thinking he did this by himself? I wonder if it tells you how long it took him to do this. Okay. Then the Lord said to Noah, enter the ark. Let me just, since we're here, 75 feet wide and 45 feet high. I just want for like, how long is 75 feet wide? Like comparison. "75 feet wide is 5 mid-sized cars parked together, 2 standard school buses aligned, 1 full semi-truck and trailer." You know what? That's probably the easiest way to think about it. A whole semi-truck and trailer wide. Longer than a football field by 90 feet. A football field and 45 feet high. Let's see, about 45 feet high. Sometimes I just like to think about things like, try to have a visual. "45 feet high." About the maximum length of a full-grown Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's very helpful. A telephone pole. Telephone pole high, semi-truck wide, football field plus 90 feet long. Then the Lord, well, you know what? Let's think. Are the feet in the Bible the same feet as today? They gotta be. If you put in 2 giraffes and stuff on there. Yeah, it's saying it's the same. Wait. Oh, they're talking about actual feet. Are the feet in length in the Bible the same feet as today? In the original Hebrew and Greek text, the primary standard for length was the cubit. A cubit was an anatomical measurement based on the length of a man's forearm from the elbow to the tip of the longest finger. Shit, that has to be longer than a foot. I know I have a measuring tape in the car, but I thought I had something up here. You know what? I got something in my phone here. And voila. I would not be a Southern woman if I didn't have a sewing kit. A friend of mine actually gave this to me years and years ago, and she just bought a house with me Thursday. How crazy is that? All right. So I'm not a man, but I'm a very large woman. So let's see how long this length of the elbow to the top of my longest finger. That's reading almost 20 inches. So our 12 inches, our football field, this thing is probably bigger than that. Oh, look at this. The standard biblical cubit generally estimated to be about 17 and a half to 18 inches. So I'm off by like 30%. And apparently I'm larger than the biblical man. A royal or long cubit was about 20 and a half inches, which is right about where I was. So maybe I was just royalty. I'll take that. Because baby been eating good in the neighborhood. Okay. It's already 8 minutes long. And I haven't even gotten any of the word read. But I think that was really good of us to really think about, like, wait. How long is this? So basically, what I said, add 30%. Storage was full again. What is the iCloud doing? That's my only question. I have a terabyte. I don't even have the regular size because they give sizes. They're like, oh, we'll give you 200 gigs or 1,000. I'm like, what about 500? You couldn't do 200 to 500 to, what about we'll give you the space that you need? You know what? I'm going to stop going back and forth on that. Because where am I going? I'm not going nowhere else. I got an Apple computer. I got an iPhone. Then the Lord said to Noah, Genesis chapter 7. Oh shoot. You know what? Before when I said that, it was Genesis chapter 6, verse 21. Oops. Genesis chapter 7, verse 1. Then the Lord said to Noah, enter the ark, you and your household, for you and all your household, for I have seen that you alone are righteous before me in this generation. Damn, it was only one righteous dude in the whole generation. It was just Noah. You are to take with you 7 pairs, a male and its female, of all the clean animals, and 2 of the animals that are not clean, a male and its female, and 7 pairs, male and female, of the birds of the sky, in order to keep offspring alive throughout the earth. So he couldn't just make new birds? Aren't you the Lord? Couldn't you just whip up some new ones? You see what I mean? With the part that I just really don't understand some of this stuff. So you made Adam and Eve, but now I got to try to save all the birds and all the animals. 7 days from now, I will make it rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living thing I have made I will wipe off the face of the earth. And Noah did everything that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years when the flood came and water covered the earth. So Noah, his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives entered the ark because of the flood waters. From the clean animals, unclean animals, birds, and every creature that crawls on the ground, 2 of each, male and female, came to Noah and entered the ark, just as God has commanded him. 7 days later, the flood waters came on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, so let's say February 17th. On that day, all the sources of the vast watery depths burst open, and the floodgates of the sky were opened, and the rain fell on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On that same day, Noah, along with his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's wife, and his 3 sons' wives, entered the ark with him. They entered it with all the wildlife according to their kinds, all livestock according to their kinds, all the creatures that crawl on the earth according to their kinds, every flying creature, all the birds, and every winged creature according to their kinds. 2 of every creature that has breath of life in it came to Noah and entered the ark. Those that entered, male and female of every creature, entered just as God has commanded him. Then the Lord shut him in. It's giving alien. The flood continued for 40 days on the earth. The water increased and lifted up the ark so that it rose above the earth. Genesis chapter 7, verse 18. The water surged and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. Then the water surged even higher on the earth, and all the high mountains under the whole sky were covered. The mountains were covered as water surged above them more than 20 feet. 20 feet higher than the mountain, let's say we're in the Middle East, right? Middle Eastern mountain range. Zagros, Alborz, and Taurus mountains. All right, let's see. We're talking 11,844 feet for Zagros, 18,605 feet for Alborz, and 16,854 feet Taurus mountains. I wonder what that is in like miles. How many miles in 14,000 feet? That's 2.6. And then the highest one is 18.6. 18.6. 3.5 miles. So this little 20 feet we got wouldn't shit. 3.5 miles of water. Okay. The mountains were covered as the water surged above them more than 20 feet. So 3.5 miles plus 20 feet. 20 cubits, not feet. Every creature perished. Those that crawl on the earth, birds, livestock, wildlife, and those that swarm on the earth, as well as all mankind. Everything with breath of the spirit of life in its nostrils, everything on dry land died. He wiped out every living thing that was on the face of the earth, from mankind to livestock, to creatures that crawled, to the birds of the sky, and they were wiped off the earth. Only Noah was left, and those that were with him in the ark. And the water surged on the earth 150 days. Good Lord. God remembered, Genesis chapter 8. God remembered Noah as well as all the wildlife and all the livestock that were with him in the ark. God caused a wind to pass over the earth and the water to begin to subside. The sources of the watery depths and the floodgates of the sky were closed, and the rain from the sky stopped. The water steadily receded from the earth, and by the end of 150 days, the water had decreased significantly. So now we're talking about 300 days in an ark. The ark came to rest in the 7th month on the 17th day of the month on the mountains of Ararat. So wait. If it started February 17th, now we're in July on the 17th day, that's 5 months. Oh, that's only 150 days. Who is doing the math in this thing? So are we saying the water surged on the earth 150 days and then, oh, you know what? I'm understanding it. Okay. After the 150 days, the water started to come down. The ark rested on the mountains. Got it. The water continued to recede until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains were visible. Okay. After 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark that he had made, and he sent out a raven. It went back and forth until the water had dried up from the earth. I'm reading the Bible, but I'm not remembering everything, and I did read over this, but sometimes when things don't make sense, I just keep reading. I'm like, oh, it'll make sense. Even though a bunch of it still doesn't. Like what happened to Enoch. I was still thinking about that. Where did God take him? After 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark that he had made, and he sent out a raven. It went back and forth until the water had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out a dove to see whether the water on the earth's surface had gone down. But the dove found no resting place for its foot. It returned to him in the ark because water covered the surface of the whole earth. He reached out and brought it into the ark to himself. So Noah waited 7 more days and sent out the dove from the ark again. When the dove came to him at evening, there was a plucked olive leaf in its beak. I feel like that olive is special. There's something about that. So Noah knew that the water on the earth's surface had gone down, because could an olive tree survive being flooded for 300 days? Whatever. So Noah knew that the water on the earth's surface had gone down. After he had waited another 7 days, he sent out the dove, but it did not return to him again. In the 601st, so he lost his dove. In the 601st year, in the first month, on the first day of the month, the water that had covered the earth was dried up. Then Noah removed the ark's cover and saw that the surface of the ground was drying. By the 27th day of the second month, the earth was dry. So from February 17th to February 27th. Then God spoke to Noah. Come out of the ark, you, your wife, your sons, and your sons' wives with you. Bring out all the living creatures that are with you, birds, livestock, those that crawl on the earth, and they will spread over the earth and be fruitful and multiply on the earth. So Noah, along with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives, came out. All the animals, all the creatures that crawl, and all the flying creatures, everything that moves on the earth, came out of the ark by their families. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord. He took some of every kind of clean animal and every kind of clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar. When the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma, he said to himself, I will never again curse the ground because of human beings, even though the inclination of the human heart is evil from youth onward, and I will never again strike down every living thing as I have done. As soon as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, and day and night will not cease. It's just nothing with a lot of questions. So we're all related. You're saying everybody on the planet is from Noah's wife, Noah's sons and their wives. That means Noah is everybody's granddaddy. So are we all incestuous? Because I thought about that too with Adam and Eve. I'm like, so Eve was created from Adam, from him, meaning she's half of him. Aren't they siblings? Wouldn't that make y'all twins? I'm done with the word for today. I am a believer. I want to be Christian. I feel close to God. I pray. I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do in God. But when you start getting in this word, it's like, huh? What? When the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma. So God can smell stuff? Huh? And when I got further into it, there are a lot of burnt offerings and sacrifices to the Lord too. I'm like, what? Huh?